Don't get me wrong. This is a fast car, but I'm just not sure of the point of it. If you're old enough to remember 2001, 2002, maybe even 2003, MG had the ZS, there was X-Power versions of that. That's where the X-Power thing is going for. What is this? Well, it's a really fast, in a straight line electric vehicle from MG based on their really successful MG4. And maybe that's part of the problem. Already really successful MG4. That's a car that is available for less than 30 grand. It's the whole disruptor to the market. This is not that. This is €43,000, and yes, it's got over 400 brake horsepower and some yellow caliper, orange caliper things, and yes, this albeit very nice matte green finish, but you really wouldn't know apart from that. Including in the interior, where you get some red stitching on the very comfortable leather seats. That's the end of the list. Everything else, not even the marker on the steering wheel is a different colour. The infotainment, the screens, it doesn't mention X-Power anywhere. The whole point of a hot hatch is, well, first of all, it should drive very, very well. It should be reasonably quick, and it should probably stand out. And if you got this in the normal colour, it would just look like you got some caliper covers. Down there, it's a little bit different. You get a wiper now, but you get a wiper now on all MG4s. Let's go for a drive, and I'll see if I can remain not unconvinced. This stamp on the pedal thing, twice, third time lucky. So you press the brake and then it allows you to select gear. Not annoying at all. The brake horsepower of this car, on paper, you're kind of thinking, God, this must be an absolute beast. And yes, there's an extra motor. And yes, it has torque vectoring, and it can use a kind of electric limited slip to control the power and help you keep it between the ditches. But the truth is, it's just a really fast MG4. There's nothing else. You don't feel like you're in a special version of it. There's no different dampers on it. I want this thing to be a bit more springy. I want to feel like I'm in a hot hatch version of an MG4, and I don't. And yeah, I can plant it, and the grip is good, but then when you flick it into corners and stuff, it just feels like it's weight. I think the other problem is the MG4, the standard car, is so good for what it is. It's good value. Yeah, that's always in the back of your head. You're like, 43. Like, buy yourself a Civic Type R. Second hand. Get a Golf R. If you want four-wheel drive, get a Golf R. Yes, it has 100 brake horsepower less, but like, who cares? Energy consumption, 25 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, generally what you're looking at. They've throttled back the AC charge, and it's 6.6. Doesn't even do 7. It certainly doesn't do 11. I was charging this today on a fast charger. Unfortunately, I was sharing it, so I can't verify their claimed charging speed. But it was doing 75 for quite a while, and then that was from 30% state of charge, and then it dropped to about low 50s for a while. That was creeping up towards 80%, so you'd expect that a little bit. It's a bit unsure of itself over corners or bumps. It's like, what was that? Did we just go over something? It's like, I don't want you to be asking me this. You're the car. You should make it comfortable, but especially when it's not particularly hard. At least it's small. There's a Range Rover that can't fit around a bend. I guess it's just missing a sense of occasion, including how it drives, and that just leaves you a little bit underwhelmed, maybe. I mean, the straight line performance is not in question. That's very good. It will, keep up with a Porsche in a straight line. Many of them, petrol and electric. I want hot hatches to make me smile. I want hot hatches to make me kind of look back at them, do a double take. I don't want them to indicate that loud. It's very loud. Like, you would not mistake the fact that you haven't turned your indicator on. It's very, very quick in a straight line. It truly is. It's when you start to shift it around, try and flick it into corners, that's when you'll feel the weight of the car, not struggle, but it's just not sure what to do. I'm not saying you won't ever enjoy driving it and going for a quick blast, a quick dice, taking it over a mountain road or whatever, but I think you could do a lot of that stuff in the standard car. If you're going to make a hot hatch, and let's just mention the Golf GTI for a second. That looks and feels and is different enough to a standard car. It's not unbelievably good that you're like, I can't believe this is a Golf. But at least you know. At least randomers would know. Oh yeah, that's a different version of the Golf. I just want some X-Power goodness in my eyeballs and in the seat of my pants, and when I mess with the throttle, and I'm just not getting that. And for that reason, MG, I'm sorry. I love the 4. I love the standard 4. Just X-Power. Not sure. It is a good looking car. I love the lines. It's very sharp at the nose, angular. It's styled well, but so is the far cheaper MG4. And for me, I just don't see it's not really a hot hatch. It's a good display of what MG can do, but I think if you want that, look at the Cyberster. Yes, it'll probably be twice the price again, but at least that really does stand out. This is just a kind of a muddled, faster in a straight line version of what's already a pretty good car. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.